Now, I've been motivated to raise this matter after hearing about an initiative by a local Sutton business, MAXIMeyes. This energy consultancy has succeeded and won a number of awards by working with their clients on energy management and efficiency, as well as utility infrastructure and procurement. Their core business is about the best use of energy, and so they're well placed to examine and help tackle fuel poverty as part of their corporate social responsibility. They approached me to help identify households in need locally that they may be able to turn around as part of their Fuel the Change initiative. They aim to take 1,000 homes out of fuel poverty by 2020 as their business grows and develops. They've created, in order to do this, a solid partnership with the Foundation's Independent Living Trust, who have the expertise and infrastructure to ensure that the funding is used in the most efficient way and reaches those who are most in need. Now, businesses who address issues which they can relate to directly tend to have more effect. Writing a cheque gives a boss a warm, short-term glow, but using a company's resources to tackle something connected to their core business, their market, or their interests can have a far bigger effect on the beneficiaries. I'm delighted that it's a Sutton business that are taking a lead, encouraging other businesses to join them and putting something back, especially in an area that can really save lives. I hope the members here will join me in the Macmillan Room next Tuesday at 1 p.m. to speak about this further with the MAXIMeyes team and also representatives of related businesses. Businesses can be and should be a force for good. Now, in outlining the measures that the government is taking this evening, I know that the Minister and government colleagues take this matter seriously. There's much to commend about the way that they're tackling low pay. But we need to continue to improve competition in the energy market and look at how we can grow our investment in our housing stock to ensure homes are energy efficient. We must also use emerging technology, such as apps, to influence behaviour, battery storage, such as Tesla's Powerwall, and of course, renewables. And we must also work with the construction industry and allied businesses to play their part. I look forward to my honourable friend informing this House what more can be done in the future by government, energy providers, businesses like MAXIMeyes, charities and individuals in this really important area of fuel poverty. Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker.
Minister Dodd.
Well, thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and what a delight it is to see you in the chair. I'd like to thank the honourable member for Sutton and Cheam, my dear friend, for selecting such an important issue for debate this evening, and I'm very grateful not just to his interest in fuel poverty, but for his leadership in hosting a discussion in the Palace of Westminster next week. You may have detected, Mr Deputy Speaker, the subtle way in which he wove the details in of the time and place to his speech on how businesses can support efforts to tackle fuel poverty in the UK. I think, let me start by saying that we recognise, government recognises, that fuel poverty is a very significant issue affecting households throughout the United Kingdom, as the Committee on Fuel Poverty rightly highlighted in their 2016 report. And I massively welcome the insight and the challenge to government that the committee brings, and I also welcome the fact that it can help us by those means to deliver a suite of options, a suite of solutions for those who need help that is as effective as possible. Only this morning I spoke to David Blakemore, the chair of the committee, since November of last year, and I look forward to working with him, with the committee, over the course of the coming years. Fuel poverty, as my honourable friend has said, is measured in England by the Low Income High Cost Indicator. According to that indicator, a household is fuel poor if they have an income below the poverty line and at the same time higher than typical energy costs. Now, this is a relative indicator. It's essentially a balance of two averages. And it's fair to say that the total number of households living in fuel poverty has been relatively static over the past few years. But there has been a fall over time between 2010, when there were just under 2.5 million households in fuel poverty in England. This is, my honourable friend will know, is a reserved matter. It's a devolved matter. And 2014, where the latest official statistics record 2.38 million households. Those households face an average fuel poverty gap of some £371, which is itself a measure of the severity of the problem. Perhaps I can assure the honourable member that government is committed. He has said, he has rightly acknowledged that we are committed to helping households in fuel poverty or on lower incomes and living in homes which are expensive to heat. And I congratulate him on rightly highlighting the broader measures that government has taken in recent years of raising income tax thresholds and introducing the national living wage. Both those things are, at the broadest level, important contributions to solving the problem. Now, he has also, I think, rightly focused on the significant public concerns about recent announcements of price increases by the energy suppliers. I'm glad that as a result of action by the Competition and Markets Authority in February of this year, Ofgem announced details of a cap on the amount suppliers can charge prepayment meter customers. This will take effect from April and will help protect those customers from high energy costs. Energy suppliers have delivered nearly 700,000 measures in 500,000 low-income and vulnerable households since the energy company obligation began in 2013. That is part of a total of some 1.6 million homes that have been improved over that period. But we are going further in this government to take action to tackle the root cause of fuel poverty, recognising that improving household energy efficiency is the most sustainable long-term solution to tackling this problem. Next week, the Energy Company Obligation Amendment Order will be debated in both houses to extend the scheme from the 1st of April 2017 to the 30th of September 2018. These regulations will also seek to reform ECO so that 70% of the support under the scheme will now be directed at low-income homes. That represents an increase from £310 million to £450 million per year that will be invested in improving the energy efficiency of homes that most need support. We expect that the reformed ECO, Energy Company Obligation, will improve around about 500,000 homes over the coming 18 months. And this government has made a commitment to insulate 1 million homes over the life of this Parliament. Now, recognising the fact that people also need immediate support with energy bills, we also have in place the warm